Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly lineup review. I played a lineup for the full Sunday slate, and I just want to break down my process of putting it together. First up was Andy Dalton, who I had pegged in all week when I saw he was going up against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has given up the most points to fantasy quarterbacks this year by a sizable margin, and coming off a down week, I figured he would come in at lower ownership. Now he didn't smash, but he crossed the 3x threshold, which ended up being a solid play. My first running back I had was James Conner. I thought Conner was easily the best play at running back, going up against the worst ranked rush D in the league, Cleveland. He actually started out pretty slow, but the Browns defense just got worn out, and he just gashed them in the second half to the sweet tune of 41 fantasy points and crushing value. Another guy I thought was an auto play was Philip Lindsay in an increased role versus the Chiefs, who have given it up to fantasy running backs this year. He took advantage and cruised 20 fantasy points. At wide receiver, I locked in Adam Thielen from the start, as I saw he had a date with our good friend PJ Williams in the slot. Remember when Calvin Ridley caught 3 touchdowns? Yeah, that was on PJ. He's a dreadful corner, and Thielen ended up going over the 100-yard mark again for the 8th straight game and found the box late in the game. Another slot receiver here in Tyler Boyd, who is going up against my favorite corner to target every week in MJ Stewart. He's an even worse version of PJ Williams, and we have to target these two every single week as it just keeps on producing fantasy points. I assumed Boyd would come in at lower ownership from his dud last week, and it came true, and it really worked out for us since he was my favorite play of the slate. Here's my first flop. Jordy Nelson just didn't come through. I really thought he would have a nice game here with all the injuries to the Colts secondary and the departure of Amari Cooper, but it just didn't happen. Oh, this one hurts too. 2 duds in a row. CJ Uzama broke our trend of tight end smashing versus Tampa Bay. He did absolutely nothing, but it didn't sting as bad since the popular play David Njoku also put up a goose egg. Alright, back on track here at the flex position with Chris Carson. The Lions' rush D is one of the worst in the league, and even with the addition of Snacks Harrison, it did not stop Seattle from running it down their throat. Carson looked excellent in this one and crushed value. The Cardinals' defense didn't do anything special here, but they also didn't bomb our lineup, which is all we can ask for from our defense. Overall, the lineup did pretty well, hitting 173 points. Also, the lineup total value was 3.2x, which is over the 3x target we won each week. Alright guys, hope you had a good week as well, and stay tuned for more videos.